Oh, there we
Oh,
are. We're live now. That's, Hi, everyone. This is Sarah, and I'm so happy to be joined with Jeanette. Did I say that correctly?
yeah.
With Jeanette, and she's in sunny California, and she's one of our product review panelists. And as part of the Faces of Raw SkinCeuticals and a panelist, we've got such a wide variety of individuals that are going to be taking products and just giving some really raw feedback. So as we get started on this panel, we wanted to get to know each of the panelists a little bit more, their journey with clean and natural living, some of their skin concerns and struggles, how they found out about our brand, and just a variety of information. So Jeanette, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I turned 30 in 6 months now. I've worked outdoors for the last 8 years. So I don't know if you can see, but on my head there's a bunch of lines and things that I don't want there. I just transferred jobs. I am a fleet manager for a lighting company that works out of 16 different states. So it's pretty stressful, which is taking a toll on my skin. Um, what else do you want to know?
Well,
um,
no, there's no wrong.
what?
That's great. Now, as okay, so you've got a high stress job, and it's kind of some of that stress has played out in your skin, just general aging, um,
Mhm.
overall concerns. Now, you're in California, so you're in an area where there's a lot of natural and organic and access to farmers markets, and it's kind of a way of life per se for a long time versus other
Mhm.
areas of the country. But how, how have you begun to search for natural, cleaner products, maybe skincare, food, personal care? Um, was that something that's kind of always been part of your life, or is this in the recent years, like an event or just certain realizations that have occurred that have allowed you to begin to search better product?
I would say it's always been part of my life. My mom always cooked, and she always bought everything fresh. That's part of the joy of living out this way is you can do that. She started feeding me a lot more clean things when I was younger, probably in my early teens. I started having issues with my stomach, so we thought if we switched up to not so much raw food, but less things that were processed, and that seemed to help out. And one of the byproducts was with my skin. It did become a lot more clear. But so to continue with that, we do shop at Sprouts. We shop at um, Whole Foods when I can afford it because they are pretty expensive. But I try and use things that don't have a lot of uh, chemicals in them, mostly natural. I make my own scrubs using coconut oil, coffee grounds. Sometimes I use baking soda, certain kinds of I can't talk today, sorry. Certain kinds of um, I can't think of what it's called. I'm sorry.
Like
Um,
like sugar or salt?
yeah, it's a certain kind of sugar. It's called
Turbinado?
uh, no. That was one of them. It starts with a D, but it's okay. Um, I think it's Dermawan. I don't know if you know that brand.
No.
Maybe not. Okay. And then as far as eating healthy, my boyfriend and I pretty much cook everything from scratch. We only eat out if we're in a hurry or if it's special, which isn't too often. So, um, what else? Trying to think. That's about it. Sorry.
No, that's perfect. So you have a fairly clean life. You kind of grew up in that. I based on where you live and just growing up in California, you're surrounded by the ease of raw foods, better farmers markets, more
Hmm.
artisan type products. So and then a lot of do-it-yourselfers. So that's that's been part of you, and you're kind of verbalizing that. Now, having said that, when it comes to your skin or just frustrations in general, you mentioned price. What have been some of your frustrations in finding maybe something natural for your skin, or cleaning or food related, um, even in sunny California?
Problems finding, well, with pricing, um, I have a hard time spending more than like $30 on something I would use on my skin. So most natural things are around $35 to $50 out here. I don't know if it's just because of their hype, or if it's just the the price it takes to get them to us out here. But I mean, as far as options, there are lots of them. Um, I'm still searching for one that I think works best. I did discover your products through Facebook, and I did buy one of your face creams that I'm using right now, and it actually works really good. I had my first facial last week, and the lady actually said that I have nice skin and wanted to know what I was using. So I mentioned your cream, and she was kind of intrigued because that was the first that she's heard of it. So
Yeah, that's
usually
that's
they try. Fine.
yeah, no, that's awesome. We're still a new brand to so many. I mean, there's so many
Hmm.
options and brands out there, and we've been around since 2007, but we stayed very
Oh.
concentrated in Colorado, and then we took, building a presence when you're in a sea of products. We're new to a lot of people still. So
Hmm.
that's great. Which cream did you purchase that you're using?
I am using the cream for uh, rosacea and
Okay.
acne. So,
Yeah, the acne
which
rosacea cream.
um, and it works great. I had bad skin in my early teens, and I went on Accutane for about 6 months, and it worked pretty well. I don't know if you can see, but I've got some deeper scars on my cheeks. And then recently I was told I have rosacea due to working outside, and it's part of my genes, so I'm just doomed.
Yeah, doctors are big fans of saying that everything is genetic, and
Yeah.
sometimes it is. I think there is some predisposition, but I take a real nutritional aspect. And with rosacea, it's your skin really starved for hydration, and so it opens the pores wide, and there's you know tons of tiny little blood vessels, and so being
Mhm.
outside where you're exposed to the airborne toxins, as the pores open up and they can't draw in moisture, or you're not supplying it through a cream, um, or anything, and then internally if you're off balance, then it just starts to get red and flushed. Accutane can definitely break down the immunity of the skin. I know that from personal experience through
Yep.
struggling with acne, and that can it doesn't when you said that, it doesn't surprise me at all that you'd be battling with a rosacea or that type of issue today, because that breaks the immunity
Okay.
down uh, horrifically. A lot of the acne products, because they're just harsh, they're meant to kill the acne, but they don't take into consideration repair and restore. And I work with a lot of clients on old acne scars. We've got products that help with that and just to help keep it under control. But you
Okay.
know, you, you mentioned price, and I think that just in my prior interview with a young nurse in Nashville, Tennessee, the other side of the country, Um,
Mhm.
Price is a big issue, and I think it's supply and demand, and because it's marketed as natural and organic, it's easy to put a high price tag because a lot of people are going to pay it, and then even those that can't afford it, if it's working better for them, they're willing to pay for it. So it's frustrating
Mhm.
because you guys need a balanced regime and you need it affordable. And that's kind of where we come in is giving you a lot of good options and regimes that are balanced, and that's part of our goal with you as a panelist. Now, you've
Mhm.
mentioned, you kind of jumped into the next question, which are your skin concerns. So you had some acne issues, and
Uh-huh.
now you're kind of struggling with rosacea. Um, and dietary, you answered that question. It's obviously played a role in the health of your skin, but um, what are your kind of your top concerns right now as it stands with your skin?
Right now it's going to be the my wrinkles on my um, eyes and on my forehead, and then my chin has gotten incredibly dry in the last probably 2 months. So I'm trying to treat that, and then just since I'm almost 30, I should probably start with the um, I can't talk today. I'm so sorry. With the
That's okay.
anti aging products. I don't like to wear thick things. Like for makeup, I usually just wear like a light. I mix uh, moisturizer with. I'm using a mineral powder right now, and that seems to give me just enough of a tint to kind of mask all the spots and things like that that I don't like to see. I was out really late last night, so I probably look a little more tired than I usually do, but I try and look um, natural and not too um, made up for my skin tone. So.
Yeah, and looking at your skin, the picture's a little bit fuzzy. I can't like see the
Mhm.
acne scars, but I can see you have a nice tone, but I can see some of the
Mhm.
age here. I can definitely see some of the fine lines up in here, and that's your
Uh-huh.
skin from just at a glance um, is suffering kind of some dehydration overall, which would give you the
Mhm.
dry chin area. It would be in thinking of, and what's happened with this panel is I'm making another list of products I'm going to send you guys in addition to the first two selected, because like you need our rosacea intense moisture cream. I really think so, because it's not so much combating
Okay.
the age. It's not so much combating the age. You're going to want to do that with
Mhm.
the omega fatty acids, but we kind of need to get your skin back balanced in hydration before you're going to want to really
Mhm.
tackle the aging skin, the acne scars. And it's very easy to assume that as we get older, we're supposed to get the wrinkles and the fine lines. And I'm a believer that you can age gracefully and not have to battle a lot of that. They can go
Mhm.
away. You want to be 30 and feeling youthful and young, not feeling like you're just overly aging because of exposure to being outside. So,
Mhm.
that's where that balance of nutrition comes in. The raw butters and the oils can go in
Okay.
and soak in and really hydrate the skin. So, and then cosmetics, I'm assuming you haven't even, have you tried our cosmetics yet or not yet?
No, I wanted to, and I haven't had time to look yet. I don't know what color I would be. My skin's pink, and not too. It's I'm usually like a medium to a light, so but I'm more on the um, I guess I'd be on the warm spectrum. So I'm just not sure what one I would choose. Uh,
Yeah, from here you've got some neutral tones. Like I see some of the yellow and some of the
Mhm.
red, but you don't want to. Our
Okay.
warms especially are for more really olive-skinned, very yellow skin tones, and our cools.
Okay.
Um, you there's a good amount of warmth in your skin. So I'm gonna I'm gonna make some adjustments and send you some of our BB cream foundation because that's hydrating too, and it
Oh,
has
great.
it has the nice oils. And see if we can't get a color match for you.
Okay.
Well, now, how did you find? So you found us on Facebook,
Mhm.
and how did you make the determination to start with the acne rosacea cream? Was it just a search, or was that on a recommendation?
That was just on a search. I was trying something else that had vitamin C in it, and I didn't feel. I think that made my skin too. It felt too raw when I used it, so I was trying to veer away from that and wanted to try something that was more um, calming to my skin, and I chose that one.
And now, are you doing any kind of daily regime, like with a cleanse or a toner, with your?
I wash my face. Oh, I'm sorry. I wash my face. I try for twice a day. I always wash it in the morning. Um, I just use like a cream. It's a cream-based cleanser, and then I don't tone. Maybe once a week. I don't do masks. I try to. I buy them all the time. I just don't use them. And then moisturizer. And that's about it.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to get you with a couple of the products outside of the original panel selection. The Intense Moisture, maybe our cleanser, and you want to be careful not to over cleanse. We only recommend cleansing once a day at night because the agitation can increase dryness, and that's just our what I have found. Um, through my own personal regime and working with clients, we used to have them on twice a day, but in the morning, that extra cleanse can be more agitation to the skin, and you're, increasing that blood
Okay.
circulation around the face. So just a thought
Mhm.
as far as that is
Okay.
concerned. Now, uh, I would say one of the questions is what would you like to see us add to our product base, but you're kind of pretty brand new that we've got a lot of products to offer you. So
Mhm.
I'm excited to work with you. Now, when it comes to things like
Okay.
um, mascara, do you wear mascara at all?
Um, I used to wear it every day. Now I pretty much wear it on for work if I have to, which is usually no. Probably once or twice a week, yes. But I try
Okay.
not to. My eyelashes used to be really long, and they've kind of gotten more sparse. So I try not to wear it.
Yeah, you're very natural, and wow, that's great. I respect that approach. So what kind of made you decide to become or apply to become a panelist for our brand?
Um, I feel like I might be a little different from your average person that you might work with. I'm not raw. I'm not vegan, but I do try and eat pretty. I'm trying to think of the word. I try and eat clean. I do drink alcohol quite often, actually. So, as far as that's probably not the best thing for my skin, but I was just curious to try out what you um, have, and then possibly give you some feedback on what works because I seem to have not difficult skin, but it's just not easy to work with, and it seems to be very um, different than what most things try to treat. So, I'm curious.
Yeah, yeah, no, I can definitely. What's beautiful about the panel, and by default, as we've made our selections, everybody has a unique perspective, and you definitely have got some immunity in your skin issues, in my opinion, from being on Accutane, having some internal struggles, and now, your skin has just kind of been not beat up over time, but when you're on heavy products like that, it can tend to not heal very easily. So as you get older, the aging occurs sooner. And so I'm excited to work with you because you're a naturalist and your makeup side is very minimal. So you're going to be very focused on the skincare and the skin side, which is a great contribution. So
Okay.
thank you so much.